Yo, what's up guys? Travis Peters here. Look, I wanted to come to you today. I'm going to start doing a lot of videos like this. I'm a whiteboard guy, so I'm going to start using whiteboards as I teach. But I've got my company, Escape Your Day Job, and I kind of wanted to get back to that. I wanted to go back to showing people just how simple it is to replace your day job income, reverse engineer it, and then replace it with an online income, something you can work from anywhere and work when you want, and all the great stuff that comes with being an online entrepreneur. So I feel like I got the gift of simplification. Okay, I'm great at taking complex things and making them simple. That's why I use whiteboards so much. But today, I am going to show you just how simple online business can be. All right, there's really just 3 steps to getting your business launched and into orbit. All right, let me show you those 3 steps real quick, okay? So, let's see what we're working with here. Space-wise. Okay, so we've got these 3 steps. For me, one of the things that I always do when I start a new business is I usually run paid traffic to it because it's the fastest way to get a ton of people to your thing to see if they're going to buy it. So there's these 3 steps to launching your business. Step number 1, for this sake, we're just going to call it your ad. Again, I use Facebook and Instagram ads a lot. They're my favorite. So step number 1, we'll just say it is your Facebook ads for now. Step number 2, this is going to be your landing page, your website, your information, and there's going to be a call to action here. Now it could be, let's see, it could be give me your email, where you trade an email for an ebook, get someone on your email list, offer them something cool to bribe them to get on your email list. So you got your email. It could be register for my webinar. Or it could be buy my product. Step number 3, this is going to be your checkout page. This is where somebody gives you a credit card. All right, so I'm oversimplifying, but for real, whenever I launch something new, it literally is these 3 steps. Let me see if I can get that one in there a little bit better. It's just these 3 steps, okay? So let me show you how I compartmentalize this and make sure that I win as quick as possible when I launch something new. This is all I do, guys. It's so simple. I take a look at step number 1. I've got my ad. I'm putting money behind it. All you got to do is ask yourself this question. Are people clicking it? I want to run it I want to make sure it gets 1,000 impressions. All right? I want to make sure 1,000 impressions happen of my ad. And then I just look. Are people clicking it? You just look on the back of your Facebook Ads Manager and it will tell you the click-through rate. It will tell you that people are taking action. It'll show you that, hey, of the 1,000 people, the 1,000 impressions it's had, it has gotten 4% of them to click through. 4% is actually kind of high. If it's 2%, I'm pretty thrilled. Right? All we're doing is checking to see, are people clicking? Before I go on to step 2, I just do this. I look at step number 1, and if they're not clicking, if the answer is no, they're not, then I go back to the drawing board and I say, okay, what could we change here? Let's see, people aren't clicking it. Could we change the audience? Maybe I'm running it to the wrong people. Or maybe I'm not doing anything to stop the scroll. Maybe I'm kind of boring. Maybe I need to spice up the color, right? Maybe I need to make the colors pop a little more. Maybe I need to use, emojis up here in the headline and get people's attention there. Maybe I need to switch it out from a still image and let's try a video. Right? These are all the different things we start testing. And all you have to do is look at step number 1 and keep tweaking it until the answer is yes. People are clicking it. Right? So that's all you got to do. We're gonna break this up 3 sections. Step number 1, are people clicking your ad? Don't move on until the answer is yes. And then boom, all you got to do. Step number 1's good. Step number 2. All right, let's move on now. Let's go to step number 2. All right, are people taking action? Are they doing the thing I want them to do? Let's say I'm trying to get people to register for my webinar. Right? Got the Escape Your Day Job webinar coming up. I'm going to show you how to reverse engineer your paycheck. I'm going to show you how you can do it. You don't need a college degree. You can actually do it faster and more simply than you thought you could. So whatever you're making at your day job, I'm going to show you how to make it online so you can quit that day job and live that life of freedom. All right? But are people giving me their email and registering for the webinar? Yes or no? So again, remember I've ran 1,000 impressions. We've had these people click through. The ad is working. We know we're good to go. They're landing here. But are they doing the thing I want them to do? If not, here's typically the problem. If the answer is no, they're not doing my call to action, 8 times out of 10 probably, it is because the messaging in your ad does not match what's on your landing page or your call to action. For instance, if over here I am speaking to women in my sales copy and I've got pictures of women or a video of a woman and I'm talking about them, I'm using greens and yellows and blues and the color scheme and all these things, I want to match that here on this page. I want what's ever in this sales copy because we know it works. Remember, people are clicking it. So let's match that over here into step number 2, right? So I would be using the same kinds of things, the same colors, the same messaging. If I had a headline up here, I want to bring that headline over here as well so they know that they're in the right spot. They're like, I clicked this ad because I wanted this thing. Oh, sweet, he's giving it to me. That's it. So on the low end, if we're talking about an email like a webinar registration, the conversion rate on this page needs to be a minimum of 20%. Now, if it's an e-commerce, if you're trying to get a straight sale, it's going to be much, much, much lower in most cases. So on the back end, I use ClickFunnels to build all of this. ClickFunnels is awesome. I stopped building websites. I just built funnels, and I use ClickFunnels to do it. But on the back end of ClickFunnels, they got a cool graph that shows you all the dorky data and numbers. But it can show you that 100 people landed on this page. 25% of them opted in and made it to the last page. Okay, so here's what I do. Can I get it to convert at 20%? Is it converting at 20%? Yes or no? If the answer is no, I do those things I talked about. I bring the sales copy over. I make sure everything matches and everything is congruent from step 1 to step 2. If it's congruent, it's going to start working. All right, so that's all we got to do on step 2. And boom, we're good to go. All right. Step 3, checking out, getting that credit card. All right. We don't need to worry about step 1 anymore. Guess what? It works. We don't need to worry about step 2 anymore. Guess what? It works. Step number 3, are people paying you? Are people buying your thing? Let's say you've got a webinar. They're joining, clicking the ad, they're joining, boom, we're good, boom, we're good. But they're not purchasing at the end. We got to figure out why. Now, I'm going to let you guys in on a little marketing secret. I'm going to say it as though it's an absolute because it actually probably is an absolute. Is that people do not buy without scarcity and urgency. Scarcity and urgency. You need to have scarcity and urgency in what you're offering. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Okay? When you start to add countdowns to things, offer expires, this product, the price is going up, the bonuses are going away. When you start adding scarcity and urgency, sales start to pop. You got to give them that reason. A friend of mine called me. I do marketing, consulting, and that kind of thing too. And he called me up and he was telling me he's running ads, Facebook ads for an event. And then right here, he was asking for the sale. So he was going straight from the ad to a long landing page with the checkout at the bottom. But he was saying, my ad's getting clicked like crazy. Numbers are through the roof, crushing it. but nobody's buying. Can you take a look? So I took a look at it, and it's actually, no, I didn't take a look at it. I just asked him a question. I said, is there scarcity and urgency on that page? And he said, no. I said, exactly. I said, you got to give them a reason to buy now. So what he did was, he knew this one was working, but they're getting stuck. It's because he did not have scarcity or urgency built in. There was no reason. They just thought in their minds, okay, cool, this is awesome. I'll make a mental note. I'll come back and buy the tickets closer to the event. All right, so what he did is he went and he added the countdown that was until when the event started, and then he'd go in and say, hey, big red letters, spots are limited, hurry now and get the early bird special. So he offered like a buy one, get one free. He offered some kind of offer if you purchase now before that clock hit 0 and there was limited tickets. He just added those quick little elements to it and boom, sales just started popping in, coming through the roof. Broke records compared to what they sold the year before because he did this. Okay, so the first thing, if people aren't buying, you're going to add scarcity and urgency. All right, I always do it. I'm a huge fan of it. Just do it. All right, figure out what that is for you. Step number 2, we got to look at your offer. And I'll probably make a whole video on offers. But your offer is not just your product or the thing you're selling. Your offer is going to be the packaging you're going to wrap everything in to sexify the offer, to make it irresistible. Okay? For instance, let's say I was selling a handheld vacuum cleaner or something to that effect, doesn't matter. What I would do, I wouldn't just sell the vacuum cleaner because everybody else is selling the vacuum cleaner. Now we're competing on price and who's the cheapest. Don't want to play that game. What you want to do is you want to add value to your offer. So for instance, let's say you're selling a vacuum cleaner, handheld vacuum cleaner. To make that offer more attractive, what could we do? We could add something like, here is it's battery powered. So here comes, we're going to give you 4 long-lasting batteries to go with it as well. Then we're also going to give you a 2-year warranty. Then we're also going to give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, just try it, send it back. We'll get you your money back. Then we'll also add some aerosol spray can to make your house smell good after you vacuumed. And then we're going to give you the carrying case with the shoulder strap that goes with it. All these different, we're not lowering our price, but we're adding value, okay? Add value to your offer. Make it irresistible so that the other competitors, they're just offering a vacuum. They can't compete with you. You might even be a little bit more expensive or the same price, but because of your offer, people pick you. All right? So that's all we're doing, and we're just looking at the numbers. We're just looking at the numbers. We're letting the data tell us what to work on next. Man, are people clicking it? Yes. Are people taking action on page 2? Yes. Are they giving me a credit card? No. Okay, cool. We're going to add scarcity and urgency. Make them buy now. Give them a reason. Man, we're going to add some testimonials to this page of other people who have bought and the cool stuff that they've said. We're going to up the offer, and we're going to give all these extra bonuses when you buy today before the countdown. All right? You got limited quantities, limited stock, limited tickets, whatever that is. Use those things, and next thing you know, step number 3 is going to be good to go. Boom. And then you're off to the races. Okay? So that's all I do whenever I launch something new. I just look at those 3 pieces. And you do this several times, it becomes easier, right? You get good at writing sales copy and figuring out what people need. You get good at running ads to different audiences and things like that, right? If I'm going to run ads to women, let's make the ad copy have women in it, and let's speak to them. Let's find out their desires and needs and wants and pain points, and let's talk to that in our sales copy. Let's make this call to action a no-brainer for them, right? They opted in here. What's the next logical step? And then let's lead them to that sale. But all you got to do is just look at one piece at a time. It might take you 2 days to work on that. It might take you 1 day to work on that. And then it might take you a week to dial this in. But that's all. If you just laser focus on one step at a time, you guys are guaranteed to win. All right? So that's your homework. That's your assignment. If you need help on this, I got more information. You can click that link below. any parts of those, this is what I'm passionate about, guys. So I'm going to keep bringing these videos. Make sure you like and subscribe so that I can help you escape your day job too. See you guys in the next video.